Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Link Cable. Now, a couple months ago, Game Freak announced that they are currently working on a brand new core RPG Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, which will be coming out in 2019. It is more than likely, from what we can assume, is that this game will be split into two versions like every other core series Pokemon game before it, and will be the start of Generation 8. Fans everywhere are excited to find out more about these new games, and with each generation comes a new region, new Pokemon, and new mechanics. But not only do we get a lot of new features introduced, we also see the likelihood of old favourites returning, just like how Mega Evolution is making a comeback in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So with this being the case, we think that there is a high possibility of Mega Evolution also returning in Generation 8, giving older generation Pokemon new forms / evolutions. And when I say we, I'd like to introduce my special guest.
Hey, what's going on guys, my name's Raf, and like Link said, we'll be counting down the top 10 new Mega Evolutions for Generation 8, aka Pokemon Switch 2019. There are truly some spectacular Pokemon that definitely deserve a Mega Evolution, and hopefully these fake mon will draw some inspiration to them coming true in the future. Be sure to check out the remaining 5-to-1 spots over on my channel when you guys are done. You can find this video located in the iCard, description, and end card as well.
Before we get started, we would like to give a huge shout out to all of the artists for designing the art for these Pokemon in the video, and that we understand that these Fakemon themselves may not actually show up in the games, but instead are just some rough ideas of what the new Mega Evolutions may potentially look like. Full credit goes to the artists whose names and links you can find in the description below. Now with that being said, let's get on with what top 10 new Mega Evolutions we'd like to see in Generation 8. In Generation 6, where we are first introduced to Mega Evolution back in X and Y, we are also treated to even more Mega Pokemon in the Ruby and Sapphire remakes. Out of these 48 Mega Evolutions, there are a few that have counterpart Pokemon who currently can't go beyond their final stage evolutions. One of these said Pokemon is the Ice type, Glalie, who has a Mega Stone which can be found in Hoenn, but its counterpart Froslass doesn't. Froslass was first introduced in Gen 4 in the game's Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, 4 years after Glalie's introduction in Gen 3. Both of these Pokemon evolve from the Snow Hat species Snorunt. Glalie evolves through leveling up, but Froslass can only evolve from a female Snorunt with a Dawnstone. One main significant difference between these two Pokemon is that Froslass becomes part Ghost type upon evolution, making it more unique to its species counterpart. Because of these reasons, we think Froslass deserves a Mega Evolution of its own to complete the Mega Snorunt family. Me and Raf also think that there is a strong possibility we may see Generation 4 remakes in Gen 8, giving Cinder Pokemon like Froslass another chance at receiving a Mega Stone, just like how Glalie received one in Auraz, a Gen 3 game remade in Gen 6. This artwork by Edai perfectly represents what a Mega Froslass may potentially look like, given a more Yukiana design which the Pokemon is already based upon. We can see it turn from the Snow Land Pokemon to the Snow Spirit Pokemon, and have its ability become Wonder Guard, making only super effective moves hit during battle, focusing more towards the fact of it is a ghost. Speaking about Ghost, the Ice Ghost typing would remain the same, and for its stats, it could gain increases mainly in special attack from moves such as Ice Beam and Shadow Ball to do greater damage, and also slight increases in its defense, speed, and special defense, but have a decrease in its physical attack to equal it out, making its total stats become a 580, giving Froslass a significant buff to battle against, which we think everyone would enjoy, especially for those Snorunt fanboys. I'm one of those icy boys.
With the completion of Generation 1 and Kanto, the Johto region definitely gifted us with some incredible pocket monsters. With new mechanics being introduced, this showed us a new way to obtain certain Pokemon and their evolutions. Over the course of the Pokemon generations, there's been times when some Pokemon have actually been revealed ahead of their actual generation, and that's the exact case with this next Pokemon. This Pokemon is Donphan. Donphan debuted briefly in the beginning of the first Pokemon movie, Pokemon the First Movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, under the ownership of a trainer named Raymond. At the time, it was an unknown Pokemon. Personally, we love Donphan. It has a creative design, decent stats, and it also gains access to some hard-hitting moves. But we just feel like that this Pokemon deserves much more, especially with a Mega Evolution. This design by Fatmon illustrates what a potential Donphan Mega Evolution could look like. Its design is certainly something to look out for. Moving on to its stats, we would love to see it form more rounded stats, giving it a bit more stability, especially in its special stats and speed, whilst maintaining its original typing of ground. As for abilities, we think either speed boost or battle armor would complement this Pokemon, linking to its design concept. Moves such as Head Smash, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and of course Rollout would complement this Pokemon's new design and its battle capabilities. Donphan is certainly loved by us and the community, and we really hope this armor Pokemon gets the support and love in a Mega Evolution it really deserves.
Our world is populated by plenty of luscious jungles, majestic forests, and wonderful gardens, covered with approximately 400,000 different kinds of flowers. Just Google it. We can assume that this is roughly the same for the Pokemon world, as there are 109 different kinds of grass-type Pokemon, which is roughly 13.4% of all Pokemon. To give this more significant meaning, there are 143 kinds of water Pokemon, which is 17.8% of all existing Pokemon, and water is the most common type found in the Pokemon world. Anyway, enough maths. The reason why we bring this up is because we think that it is common knowledge that most people's favourite flower seems to be the rose, and Roserade is obviously based upon the same flower that can be found in plenty of bouquets, and Roserade is the bouquet Pokemon. Roserade is another Gen 4 Pokemon that evolves by using a Shiny Stone on a Gen 3 Pokemon being Roserade. Roserade is also inspired by mysterious Patreons that were found in the Masquerade Bowls, especially the ones that became famous in Italy during the 16th century Renaissance. This makes sense as Raid is found in both of their names, and that Roserade has a face design which looks very similar to a mask usually worn at a Masquerade Ball. And with rumours that we've been getting this past year about the 2019 Pokemon Switch games, suggesting that we might be seeing a region based upon Italy or Spain, this would make for a great opportunity for a Mega Roserade to be introduced if these rumours turn out to be true. The art by Locomotive captures an elegant design and showcases Roserade as a more powerful swordsman, using influences from Fire Emblem's Marth, but I personally also get some Vigilante Zoro vibes whilst looking at it, and even Ezio from the Assassin's Creed games. We think for these reasons that the grass poison typing should remain the same, but having its ability become Effect Spore, meaning that whenever Roserade makes contact with the opposing Pokemon, it can potentially give them a status condition, making most physical attackers second guess coming after this Italian boyo. You kids better look out for Petal Dance, and some paralysis tactics. Stat-wise, we can see it receiving buffs primarily in its speed for it to become more of a sweeper, and then equal sharing amongst its defense, special attack, and special defense, putting its total stats to 615. This is a concept we both think should without a doubt happen eventually in the Pokemon series. Just come on, Masuda, make it happen.
There are a lot of Pokemon based on the fascinating creatures that walk our planet. We've got Pokemon based on frogs, dogs, and even the mythical creatures being dragons. If there's one Pokemon type that definitely shows off how magnificent the creatures are, it has to be water type Pokemon. Now I know what you're thinking, it's another Starmie focus bot blah blah blah. Well no. In fact, this next Pokemon actually gets shadowed over quite a lot, this being Kingdra. A water dragon type Pokemon that has an amazing design already, great stats, and a decent move pool as well. But we feel that the weedy sea dragon deserves much more. This design by Fatmon shows off what a potential Mega Evolution for Kingdra could look like. There's nothing too major being made to its design, but it does the job just right. Upon Mega Evolution, we feel that Kingdra should keep its typing of water and dragon, however it will receive a huge buff in its stats, potentially reaching the 650 mark. The increase in all of its stats would definitely make it a serious threat, especially in the rain. With moves like Dragon Rush, Water Pulse, Hydro Pump, and the famous Draco Meteor by this Pokemon's side, you know that you're going to be wanting to stay well away from it in battle. Everyone is so fond of Starmie and Lapras receiving a Mega Evolution, well for us it's actually different. Game Freak, do us all a favour and gift us with a Mega Kingdra instead please. Okay? Thanks. Appreciate it a lot. We love you. I love you. Link loves you. Yeah, next spot. Next one.
In Generation 5, we are all introduced to 156 brand new Pokemon with no direct ties to any of the previous generation Pocket Monsters. A lot of these Pokemon from Unova have some of the most interesting designs, including you Trubbish. But one of the most popular additions of the Pokemon Black and White games in our opinion has to be Bisharp. With its sharp design, we would love to see this chess piece evolve from a bishop and promote itself to the position of knight, which it truly deserves to be, especially on the chessboard fighting for its king. And just like a Black Knight, it would be perfect to keep its Dark Steel typing for being a Dark Paladin with its sword and shield, or as depicted by Rayman, equipped with a lance. Nonetheless, we see Mega Bishop using incredible moves such as Night Slash, and perhaps even in Generation 8, Bishop could potentially learn the Steel type move King Shield to tie in with its whole knighthood theme. But even with this being the case, Bishop is known as the Sword Blade Pokemon, and we think it could now turn into the Sword Shield Pokemon to represent its new shield arm, and also the higher defense stats it will receive due to Mega Evolving, with its attack and speed gaining a slight boost, adding up to its total to be 590. Finally, we see it having the ability Stamina to help it keep raising its defenses higher after taking constant physical attacks during battle, making this to become one of the most bulkiest Megas of the Pokemon world. And if you think you can take on this Dark Souls looking warrior, then I dare you to raise your Pokeball and prepare for an endless battle throughout the night as you try to overcome this absolute unit. Checkmate. And there we have it, those were 5 of the 10 Pokemon we want to see gain new Mega Evolutions in Generation 8. There are plenty of Pokemon we want to see eventually receive this treatment, so why don't you let us know some of your favourite Pokemon that you want to see Mega Evolve down in the comments, or even tweet us over on Twitter with your thoughts. Both of our links can be found in the description below. We covered the slots 10 through 6 here, but don't forget to check out which Pokemon made it into the top 5 over on Raf's video. Be sure to subscribe to both of our channels and enable the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content. A massive shout out to my boy Raf for helping and being a part of this video. Make sure you subscribe to him, especially as he is so close to hitting 20,000 subs over on YouTube. He is a brilliant content creator, bringing nothing but the best of Pokemon trivia, speculation and theories, and also the latest on Pokemon related news. So go show some Poke love over on his videos.
Thank you for having me, Lewis. It's been a lot of fun, bro, and I've really enjoyed counting down this list so far with you. We've looked at some incredible Pokemon and some amazing Mega Evolution design concepts for them in this top 10. However, once again, be sure to check out part 2 over on my channel, where we finish off the top 5 of this top 10. You can find the video located in the iCard, description, and end card as well. If you're coming over from my channel, guys, then be sure to subscribe to Link. He's an amazing friend of mine, and he deserves so much more recognition than he does. Let's help him reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I've been Raf, and I'll catch you all next time.
Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and share it with a friend. Be sure to stay connected by following me over on my social medias and join my Discord server to get more involved. All links can be found in the description below, but with all that being said, I've been Link Cable and I'll see you all next time. Peace.